Yesterday, I ended up putting out a video that had this map in it, the ETS Part 2 Regroup. It was part of the Bounty Maps video. It's Bounty Maps number 55. I made a big mistake during that, and that mistake is that I completely forgot that infinite ammo was turned on. If you can believe it or not. I actually forgot about it. And that was unprofessional, and I am sorry. So we're back here to do a second look at this map to see if anything really is going to change. Only now I know about all these secret weapons that are placed on the map, and the first secret weapon is supposed to be right here, which I didn't find last time. Honestly, I don't know how many people really are going to find this, because they're not going to choose the same loadout that I picked. They won't pick the test subject. So they'll probably not even turn around. They'll just keep going forward because that's where the enemies are. I don't expect many players to turn around and find this this LMG, but I just know about it because I looked at it in the editor. Anyway, I got this LMG now. Let's see if the game's any different. Well, the enemies are dying a little faster. At least it doesn't really feel as grinding with this weapon because it actually does really high damage, despite its long reload time. So now it doesn't really feel as grindy, just with this weapon, but again, most people aren't going to find that weapon. Will it change much of the game? Well, we'll see by the end. I'm going to just leave this video unedited or unvideo cutted, aside from certain parts, so that you can see the entirety of the map, and I'll let you guys that are watching be the judge as to if this map would interest you. And if it doesn't, well, at least I did it and you don't have to. Also, I'm still taking out these civilians. The innocent people. The innocent NPCs. They are gonna not stand in my path. I will rip them apart, especially if I get a hold of that flamethrower. And there is a flamethrower on the... Okay, so they're driving a car. Well, anyway, as I was saying, there was a flamethrower on this map. And this did not happen last time. Last time, the arachnids destroyed all the NPCs. But not this time, it seems. Some of the NPCs seem to have got away. Yeah, that's two taken out. I guess that NPC is just gonna stay there now for all of eternity, right? Well, I'm taking out your car. You know what? No, I'm literally taking out your car. Shit was that? Nobody will help me. Nobody will even be near me. Oh shoot, I'm dying. Yeah, so the map's going a little bit faster with this gun. It's going a little bit faster. Cosmetic-wise on this map, it's kind of meh. It definitely could be better, but it's not the worst in the world. At least it keeps players on the map and on track. That's more important, really, than it being cosmetically looking good. At least in my opinion it is. To some people, they think differently, but to each their own. Alright, let's see if I can remember the secret door there. Yep, I found it. I have found your secret door. Nobody will survive. Yes, there's hatchlings. It's not a hatchling alert, though. The hatchlings are very little threat on this map. It turned out to be quite laid back. It didn't even try to attack at some points the last time I was playing. This time is probably no different. I do have to go inside because I got two more enemies there. Yeah, every single enemy on this map is an arachnid. They're the only ones around. The NPC that was driving the car might have been able to kill the player, but we'll never know. All the enemies are arachnids. That's it. I don't need to stay in this building anymore. We are now leaving this building. That was the full extent of that entire building. We go on to the next section, the next area. The entire map is just arachnids. And what I was thinking about it, like, overnight, I remembered that in this game, in Far Cry 5, you cannot set arachnids to be mandatory targets or mandatory kills outside of a bounty hunt game. Bounty hunt is the only game where you can make it so that all the arachnids have to be killed. You put it on assault or outpost or journey. It requires you to be very precise on how the thing is done in order to make them a mandatory kill. It's just much easier in bounty hunt. Yeah, so there's a lot of these enemies. Like I said, they're all arachnids. Every one of them. There's one that's a pain to get that's way up ahead. We haven't reached that pain one yet. This one's pretty easy. These 3 are pretty easy. These 4. I still remember the time that we managed to learn that you can punch an arachnid to death. You're able to punch them to death. Speaking of arachnids, I'm probably going to do a playtest sometime to find out the full extent of a queen's regeneration ability. The arachnid queens. Because I know they regenerate. I just don't know how much and how fast. So I might do a test behind the scenes, and I might actually put it on film. Just a full body test on how much the queen can regenerate their HP. Because that would be very helpful knowledge, especially since I may have to go back into that map, Seeds of Evil. I don't know if anyone remembers that map, but that map... Oh man, the place is flooded with queens and you have limited ammo. So I'm gonna need to know that knowledge if I have to go back to that map later on. We don't know if I'll have to go back later. Probably yes, I see myself eventually returning to it. Will I go on co-op mode or solo mode? It's unknown at this time. I'm not even sure if it's doable. These guys are just walking around not doing anything. They will not get away. Only one more enemy left. So the entirety of the map, barely of it really changes. At least it's not grindy like it was. Aww. I had to reload. Yeah, as I was saying before I reloaded the gun, at least this map's not as grindy as it was before. But I think a big part of that 0-star rating, the 0-star rating really comes from the fact that they're probably not finding the gun that I have right now. Players aren't able to find that. And plus, these enemies seem out of place. Considering that this is not really an outer space sort of feel mission. I cannot believe I just did that. I think that's a big part of the downvote of this mission. Anyway, I don't really need to complete this map again, but I just thought I'd come in and address some of the stuff. We know why the 0-star rating is there. It's at a place that have arachnids on what kind of feels like planet Earth. Or feels like something that doesn't really feel all that sci-fi. I imagine Far Cry 5 fans probably don't understand that. But they also probably didn't find that weapon, and I think that's what's contributing to the downvote. And I can understand that, honestly. Because the grindy arachnid battles are actually not fun. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say in this mission. Thank you guys for joining me on this. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!